IBS, constipation, bloating, sugar cravings, acne or pimples, mood swings, depression. I thought my gut health couldn't be that bad, but it was very bad. I really needed help. So this is crazy. I woke up one day so weak I couldn't walk, I had no power. I was laying in bed all day. Something is wrong, something is completely wrong with me. Where I felt like living death. I never felt so bad in my whole life. I had no energy to do anything. At some point I was literally living on soy yogurt every day. Oh my god, I have to change my diet completely. Hello guys, welcome back to my second episode of this channel. Today I'm gonna speak about gut health. A lot of people are struggling with IBS, constipation, bloating, sugar cravings, acne or pimples, mood swings, depression. So many people have spent too much time going to doctors that literally doesn't know anything. Like it's a waste of money. So in this episode, I will talk about my own story, my own long story with gut health, and how you can improve your own gut health to have a much better life. Also, I will talk about how important it is. It's essential for your well-being. Okay, so I will start with talking about my own story. So I honestly have been struggling with my gut since I was a child, since I was born. Like I have had a sensitive stomach my whole life, but only like the 5 last years of my life it became very bad. I have been in hospital several times because it has led to things that has been so critical that I had to go to hospital several times. I swear, I feel like I had no life. It went to a point where I felt like living death, So although I always had a sensitive gut, I think it started to become especially worse. Like when I started modeling, I know that I'm supposed to eat healthier. So I was like, okay, I will take better care of my skin, eat healthier, So I started to think, oh, I should eat things that are like diet, no sugar, low fat. But these products are quite processed, So over time, it really harmed my gut so badly. When I was about 21 years old, I was in university. There was a lot of stress. I wasn't eating that clean. I was eating like ketchup, maybe some pizza sometimes, like a lot of diet things, no sugar, protein powder, all this shit that people eat. I was also obsessed with like cottage cheese, dairy. I was eating eggs every day. But like in general, I was eating pretty healthy. I was thinking I'm pretty healthy, like at some point it became very bad. I was like chronically bloated for a while, and at some point I had to go to hospital because my iron was so low. Like I had to have infusion of iron and also blood. And this was because my gut was so disturbed I weren't able to get iron, absorb iron into my body. Also my period was so irregular. Like everything was just out of balance. I was so bloated. I was starting to feel really tired. And although after I fixed my iron and all that stuff, like just 2 months later, I had to go to hospital again. This is crazy. I woke up one day and I was feeling so dizzy and I just fainted and I was feeling so weak. I went to hospital and for about 2 weeks later, I was so weak, I couldn't walk, I had no power. I was laying in bed all day. I just knew something is wrong, something is completely wrong with me. Like I had absolutely no energy. I swear, I felt like living death. I never felt so bad in my whole life. Like it was like my life was taken away from me. I had no energy to do anything. My life was gone. I didn't accept this. Like I'm young, I'm not supposed to have no energy. It was like having like, fatigue syndrome. I literally swear I think I had this because I had no energy, and this lasted for like about a year where I would feel like my legs were super weak and I had no energy. I had like sugar cravings, like when your body is under stress and you feel tired all the time, you will crave sugar, especially when you have a disturbed microbiome, which I really had at that time. So everything changed when I found this book about gut health. I started to read this book and I started to understand that, oh my god, I have to change my diet completely. Then I also went to a doctor actually the author of the book that I read. I went there and I told her my story. I told her how I was feeling, and she told me, okay, we need to take some allergy tests. We need to take some blood tests and some very in-depth tests. And I said to her, oh, but I have taken allergy tests before. I don't have, you know, the one that you just stick in your arm and, you know, you can check. Like, I taken them so many times before, and it's supposed to tell you if you're intolerant to, like, I don't know, eggs or milk or dairy or something. Well, she told me these tests are bullshit. It doesn't tell you anything. You can still be allergic to it. So what she did, she took a very complicated, complex test. It was like a peeing test, and it was like a very in-depth blood test, like your glucose when you're fasting test, and like many different tests. So then I find out I was super allergic to milk. I was also a bit allergic to eggs, and I also found out that gluten is not good for you. You should stay away from it, and the things they tell you about processed food and, you know, non-fat, no sugar, stay away from that. Just eat super clean. So after this, I cut out all dairy, I cut out eggs, I cut out gluten, and I started eating super clean. This helped me so much. Like, after just a half year, I felt like 50% of my energy at least was back, and I was able to go back to university because I was thinking of taking a break from university because I felt so sick. However, when I finished my last year of university, I still felt like I was not good. I was really bloated. I would get so full quickly from eating. I would feel dizzy and tired after every meal, and I was struggling to go to the toilet. I had so much constipation, and I felt still so sick. Like, every time I ate, I felt like I was choking on my food, like acid reflux, and I just had no energy. Like, I was still so tired. Remember, I went on a vacation to Thailand after my year as well, and I ended up in hospital again. The doctor told me, oh my god, you have so much air in your stomach. They gave me like some stuff to calm me down, but you know, I was still very sick. I decided to go back to the same doctor again, and I told her, you know, I feel like sugar cravings, I feel so tired after I eat, and all my symptoms, you know. And she told me, okay, you have to cut down on carbs, especially the ones that are high in like fructose, like fruits that are high in fructose. No bread, no like pasta, no sugar, like eat super low carb. Told me that I am just super sensitive to carbs and sugar, and she told me, you know what, it's not a bad thing because everybody should eat lower carb anyways. So this is an opportunity for you to eat healthier. So the reason why you might feel tired after a meal is because you have a glucose spike, and when you have a glucose spike, it blocks leptin to your brain, which will signal, oh my god, you're hungry, you should eat more. And your body thinks that you are hungry, you will become super tired and lazy after. That's why you might feel lazy and tired after a meal, and why you should eat less carbs maybe. I would also like to mention that the doctor also told me that you probably have a leaky gut. So a leaky gut is when you have been eating like bad stuff, alcohol can lead to leaky gut, sugar, processed food, they go through your barrier and they go straight to your bloodstream. So your barrier is harmed in your digestive system, and bad things, toxins, go straight to your bloodstream, which can lead to a lot of different bad autoimmune disease like IBS, gut issues, fatigue syndrome, like even like psoriasis, or like, you know, when you have very weak bones, obesity, depression, mental health issues, and like a whole range of bad disease that you don't want. I started my low carb diet, super clean, eating healthy, you know, I was eating more fiber, I was trying at least. It was still hard for me because it felt very heavy. I was drinking bone broth. Bone broth is so good for you. It contains glutamine, which helps to restore your gut barrier. This is something I really recommend. You can also take glutamine supplement, but I recommend drinking bone broth. This is so good, it heals your gut. I was also drinking kombucha or like fermented things, but low sugar kombucha, obviously. So low carb diet definitely really helped me. It got down the inflammation. However, Like about a year later, I realized, you know what, I'm still struggling so bad with my gut. I still have so much bloating and I don't enjoy food. At some point, I was literally living on soya yogurt every day. That was the only thing that was easy for me to eat. It wasn't too filling because I would get so full and tired after eating. So I realized, you know what, I have to go to a doctor again. So I was living in London at that point. I still live in London, and I found this very good clinic that takes like very in-depth tests where they really see what is in your gut, like what bacteria is living there, and they can test like your metabolic health. At this clinic, I took many different tests that really gave me deep insights into my gut health. Yeah, I thought my gut health couldn't be that bad, but you know, it was very bad, very bad. Yeah, I really needed help. So I found out, first of all, I had SIBO, had dysbiosis, like things in your gut are just like out of whack. It's so bad. Metabolic imbalance, I couldn't absorb nutrients properly, it said to me. I was suffering with bad absorption, which explains why I always had low iron and low zinc, and you know. And I also found out that I had a virus in my gut, you know, so I had all these bad things that, I mean, I don't know if my diet would help me. So what I got prescribed after from the doctor when I went to the clinic was actually that I had to go on antibiotics. So I went on antibiotics for about 2 weeks. They were quite heavy, and I know that antibiotics is very bad for you. You know, you have to take probiotics when you're on antibiotics, but you know, I was so desperate to try this. I never did antibiotics before and I'm terrified of them, but I was desperate, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. And so I did. So I went on the antibiotics, and already when I was on the dose, I started to feel like, oh my god, I feel so much better. Like, I can eat bigger portions and I can eat more protein without feeling absolutely tired, you know, after. And this was really my breaking point. This was the end of me going to doctors, really. Like now, today, I can eat, I think I have doubled my protein intake. I eat much more fiber just to help maintain my gut and to make it better and better and better. Obviously, I still suffer, but I mean, my energy is almost 100% on where it should be. Like, my life is just so much better. Like, I can eat a meal and I can still do things after. It's amazing. My skin is so much better. My body looks so much better. Like, obviously, because I increase my protein intake, I can actually gain a bit more muscle, you know? So yeah, it's like, I feel so blessed for this. I'm so happy that I did all these tests and I did all my research and I find this out. Anyways, now I want to go more into depth. If you're struggling with anything like mental health, gut issue, bloating, constipation, you know, struggling to go to toilet, you know, any of these things, I'm gonna go into depth of how you might be able to fix that yourself. So let's get into it. First of all, I want to say we all have different response to different foods. So, you know, it depends on your symptoms, how you want to treat this. But I will give some general advice, how you can support your gut microbiome because it's so important, and how to have a better life, more energy, you know. First of all, I want to say you have to check if you have food allergies. You have to go to a doctor where they do in-depth tests, and you have to figure out if you're allergic to something. This is so important. If you keep eating things that you're allergic to, you can cause more leaky gut. You probably already have a leaky gut because that's why you got allergic to it, because a leaky gut can lead to allergies or IBS and food intolerances. So this is something you have to treat and find out, otherwise your symptoms will probably just get worse and worse and worse. And to be honest, I actually don't mind that I'm allergic to milk and eggs and that I avoid gluten because I'm not so sure how good they are for you anyways. If you already have a sensitive gut, I would suggest you to stop drinking milk and dairy products at all. Also stop eating eggs because both of these can feed pathogens in your body. And I will try to make another video about why milk and eggs can be bad, but I want to first say that the food industry has changed a lot. And for example, to say, oh, milk makes you strong, blah 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 blah, This is just marketing. It's not true. It doesn't make you strong. The cows, the chickens, they're not living in the same environment. Even like there is like more estrogen in the milk, which can also lead to like heavier periods, more mood swings, you know, pimples, all these bad things. Like, especially if you struggle with pimples, you know, cut out eggs and milk, that as well. Pizza, bread, blah blah blah, not good for you. Eat less. Of course, it's good to have. It's okay to have it once in a while. I have it once in a while. Just don't eat it every day. Bad for you. We all know that alcohol is unhealthy. This also can lead to leaky gut and fatty liver, make you store more fat in your liver, and metabolic disease. So I will recommend you, if you're gonna have alcohol, I would say drink only dry white wine, for example, or like drinks without sugar, and don't drink like maximum 1 glass, you know, or like don't drink so often, don't drink so much, you know. Have you ever felt like you wake up the day after and your stomach feels absolutely horrible? I mean, it kills your gut bacteria. So, careful with alcohol. I want to talk about IBS. So, I believe that if you follow a diet that is healthy for you, you know, and cut out all the food that causes inflammation, your IBS will get better. So, I feel like I can eat a lot of things now, like normally I couldn't eat. But I would say if you eat a food and you feel like it's causing some bad things in your stomach, then just try not to eat it. My biggest advice would be to actually cut out fruits or vegetables or whatever even that are high in fructose. That means high in carbs. So for example, if I eat a pear or an apple, I feel horrible. Probably because it's rotting in my stomach and it's causing like a whole cascade of bad things just happen in my body. Don't eat things that you feel like are making you bad, okay? Like I remember I was addicted to apples. I couldn't stop eating them, and I think it's because I was feeding my gut microbiome, and they loved apples, and they were feeding on this, and I was growing like some bacteria or something down there, which made me crave apples even more. But yeah, I'm never eating apples again. Never. It was so bad. It made me super bloated. So for example, if you eat fruits, I would say eat berries. They're much lower in carb, like raspberries, strawberries, much better. Also gluten. Gluten can lead to inflammation in your body. The protein can lead to inflammation in your body. So I would also suggest avoiding that. In general, I would say go low carb, eat less carbs. Then I mean less refined carbs, no sugar, no like less pasta, less rice. Rice is over high. I get into fiber as well. Fiber is so important. This is what helps grow your healthy gut microbiome, you know, all the good bacteria you want there. It's good to variate your fiber so that you have a diversity. This is so good for your health, your immune system, your metabolic health. Eat your fiber. So I try to eat 30 grams of fiber every day. I usually get that through my green juice. I drink 2 green juices every day with celery juice. Celery juice is so good for you. It helps cleanse your system. It's detoxifying. Also like with broccoli, with kale or spinach. I swear this juice is so good. It also really helps with my energy. Like if I feel like I have a little energy slump, I just drink my green juice and I feel so much better. Also like eating like seeds, maybe some nuts. Brazil nuts are really good. They help to promote your growth hormone. They contain selenium, which is good for your metabolic health, you know, to increase your metabolism. So I know also some people eat oatmeal. I personally don't eat oatmeal. I think it's a bit high in carbs for me, and I feel not so good actually when I eat it. So I rather get my fiber from fruit, vegetables, seeds, nuts like quinoa, maybe quinoa in my salad. I have some sweet potato, or add like lentils. I don't eat beans, they make me a bit bloated, but chickpeas or something like that to my salad. I think it's great. It's easy to get your fiber in. Even like flax seeds, add flax seeds to your green juice and you will have so much more fiber. I would say eat chia pudding, for example, made of almond milk, no sugar almond milk, in the morning instead of oatmeal, you know. And fiber is also good because it also helps clean out all the gunk in your stomach. For example, let's say kiwi. I eat kiwi with the peel on. this is super healthy, just clean it good. But yeah, eat it with the peel on. If you find it disgusting, maybe try the yellow kiwi instead of the green one. But yeah, the peel is very, very good for detoxifying, cleaning your gut. So this is something that has really helped me as well. So quickly mention fasting. I actually started fasting when I had my really bad period of my gut, where I felt like I was so heavy all the time. So I started to doing 13 hours of intermittent fasting, which means I don't eat after 8. And I try to not eat again before like 9 in the morning, or like I start intermittent fasting at 7 and then I eat at 8. This is so good for you. It helps with your cellular healing. It boosts your metabolism, also detoxify and clean your body. So I recommend everybody to try intermittent fasting. One rule is to, for example, never eat when it's dark outside. Eat when it's light outside, because you will put stress on your body, which will release cortisol. If you eat when it's dark outside, your body is not ready for that. It will also disturb your sleep, and your sleep is super important for keeping weight stable, for keeping your blood sugar stable. You know, if you don't sleep enough, you're gonna have much higher blood spikes the day after, even though you ate the same things, which will lead to more stress and will also gain you weight much easier. Okay, so that are some of the most important things. I'm gonna finish this video soon because I could honestly speak about this forever. I feel like I missed out so many points. But I was thinking about maybe in my next video I'm gonna show you some examples of food, what to eat and what not to eat, and some of my favorite foods and also snacks. So yeah, let me know if you guys would like that. Also, please comment below what you think about this video. Also let me know what you would like in the future. And I would like to finish this video with saying that I am actually happy for all the things that I went through with my gut health, because it has learned me so much about my own health. It has learned me so much about the toxic food culture, and it has really made me so grateful to have my health. Health is everything. And I am also grateful because I have gained all this knowledge and I'm able to actually help maybe other people, inspire people. Even if I only help one person from this video, like, it makes me really happy. I'm so passionate about this, and I know the struggle of gut health, or all the things that can be caused because of gut health. I swear, every specter of it. So yeah, I really hope you find this video helpful. I appreciate all support from this video, and yeah, kisses.